Good morning, and thank you for joining us. We are standing at a pivotal moment in the evolution of artificial intelligence. Today, we're moving beyond the tools of the past and into a new era of strategic capability. This is the Agentic AI operating model. Our focus today is not just on what Agentic AI is, but on what it enables. We will explore the critical shift that leading enterprises are making right now, a move away from incremental efficiency gains and toward generating net new impact. This is about creating entirely new value, new business models, and new sources of competitive advantage. Drawing on the latest research from the IBM Institute for Business Value, we will chart the strategic ascent of Agentic AI and provide a roadmap for how your organization can harness its transformative potential. Let's begin. Now let's look at the data that underscores why this shift is both urgent and critical. Our research reveals three key takeaways that define the current landscape. First, we see that the vast majority, 78%, of current AI investment is still focused on improving existing processes. This is the incremental gains paradigm. While valuable, it represents a massive underinvestment in the true potential of AI to create net new capabilities and revenue streams. Second, and this is crucial, an identical 78% of C-suite executives recognize that to break out of that cycle, we cannot simply plug in new technology. They understand that achieving maximum benefit from agentic AI requires a fundamental change. It demands a new operating model. The technology alone is not the solution. It's how we organize, govern, and execute around it. And the reward for making this shift? It's transformative. Organizations that excel in three key adoption areas are 32 times more likely to achieve top-tier business performance. Let me repeat that. 32 times. This isn't just an improvement, it's a complete redefinition of the competitive landscape. The gap between leaders and laggards is about to become a chasm. The message from the data is clear. The time for strategic model-level transformation is now. So this leads us to the central strategic question. What if we stopped just implementing AI and started rebuilding? What if we rebuild our entire operating model around AI? This is no longer a hypothetical. A growing number of leaders are moving beyond deploying tools. They are pioneering new frameworks where autonomous systems make more decisions, unlocking business outcomes we previously thought were impossible. This is the new frontier of competitive advantage. Here we see the fundamental choice facing every enterprise. Two paths are diverging. On one side, the process-focused approach. These organizations are laser-focused on optimizing existing workflows. They are technically proficient at automation and are achieving measurable impact through efficiency, but they have yet to crack the code on true transformation and remain limited by their current operating models. On the other side, the transformation-driven path. These leaders advance with a dual mandate, improving existing workflows while simultaneously creating net new capabilities. They are actively reimagining their entire operating model, achieving real-world value and building entirely new capabilities for a lasting competitive advantage. Their vision extends far beyond optimization. This timeline charts the rapid ascent we anticipate in autonomous capabilities. The data shows a dramatic shift from today's baseline to our 2027 projections. Currently, we see a foundation being laid. Today, about a quarter of organizations have AI agents acting independently, a similar number are exploring autonomous decision-making, and fewer than 1 in 5 have automated their core innovation processes. But look at the projected leap. In just a few years, we expect these numbers to more than double. We project that 2/3 of organizations will have AI agents acting independently, over half will have embedded autonomous decision-making, and nearly half will be automating their core innovation processes. This isn't a gradual change. This is a fundamental re-architecting of how enterprises operate, and it's happening now.
This brings us to the core of the challenge, the 78% problem. Our data shows that an overwhelming 78% of AI investment is focused solely on improving existing processes. This is the critical gap between mere optimization and true transformation. It's the reason many organizations fall behind in creating real business change. Let's be clear about the difference. Optimization is about making current operations better and more efficient. It's about doing the same things, just cheaper and faster. Transformation is fundamentally different. It's about building new capabilities that weren't previously possible. It's about doing entirely new things. The 78% represents a massive investment in the past, not the future. This is what the transformation looks like in practice. It's a fundamental shift in how we view AI's role. Transformative organizations treat agentic AI not as a tool to do existing work faster, but as a catalyst to create entirely new value and capabilities. They build systems focused on autonomous decision-making. This is the key. It allows humans to stop being bottlenecks and start focusing on higher-level strategic decisions that require true judgment and expertise. Let's take a concrete example: compliance reinvention. In highly regulated industries, agentic AI teams use specialized agents to continuously scan, interpret, and act on regulatory changes across the globe. Risks are mitigated before they ever materialize. This frees compliance teams from repetitive review work and allows them to focus on strategic guidance. As one of our board advisors in the UK noted, without clear new objectives, we fall back on old habits, deploying technology only to improve the infrastructure we already have. The transformation is about defining those new objectives and building a new operating model to achieve them. However, scaling this transformation faces a critical human barrier: trust, or more precisely, the lack of it. Our research shows that 45% of executives cite a lack of visibility into agent decision-making as a significant implementation barrier. This black box problem isn't just a technical limitation, it's a fundamental design choice. Without transparency, AI adoption stalls. Stakeholders simply will not trust automated systems making high-stakes decisions they cannot understand. Leading organizations are tackling this head-on by building transparent AI systems. They implement business-friendly practices like MLOps to keep models healthy, comprehensive logging for every single decision, and rigorous A/B testing to compare outcomes. As one of our experts noted, it's easy to write off the black box as a technical curiosity, but it's really a trust deficit. To scale agentic AI, we must build systems where every automated decision can be understood, audited, and explained. Trust is the new currency for AI adoption. This transformation inevitably reshapes the workforce itself. As organizations adopt agentic AI, the human workforce requires a new set of skills, focused on collaboration with autonomous systems. We are seeing the emergence of entirely new roles. First, AI orchestrators. These are professionals who strategically decide when and how AI agents engage in workflows. They are the essential bridge between business objectives and AI capabilities. Second, autonomous system auditors. These experts trace decision paths, validate compliance, and ensure AI-driven processes align with regulatory and ethical standards. They are the guardians of trust. Successful organizations focus on building with, not for, their workforce. This means transparent communication about role evolution and positioning AI as a collaborative tool. The goal is to turn potential skeptics into active champions. As the Senior Vice President of Digital Transformation noted, critical thinking skills become even more important in the age of AI. The value of human judgment doesn't decrease, it becomes the strategic centerpiece of the new operating model. This brings us to the ultimate conclusion: the imperative for a complete operating model redesign. The data is unequivocal. 76% of executives say that solving complex challenges is what yields a true competitive advantage. Redesigning operations around agentic AI is the critical separator between leaders and laggards. This is no longer about technology implementation. It is a strategic pivot. The organizations that will lead are those that focus their new operating models on solving previously intractable business problems, not just on automating simple transactions.
The stakes for getting this right are astronomical. Our research reveals a 32x performance gap. Organizations that excel in 3 critical areas are 32 times more likely to achieve top-tier business performance. What are these critical areas? First, cybersecurity in AI. This is about protecting autonomous systems from compromise, as AI agents can make countless decisions before a traditional breach is even detected. Strong security is no longer just defensive, it's foundational for competitive advantage. Second, embedded ethics analysis. This means building ethical guardrails to prevent AI from making decisions that conflict with human values, ensuring fairness, accountability, and transparency from the ground up. And third, workflow-specific SLMs. These are specialized small language models that understand industry-specific terminology and processes, making AI systems dramatically more effective in real business environments. Mastering in these three areas separates the leaders from the pack. The Agentic AI marketplace. The ecosystem for this transformation is rapidly maturing. Future enterprises will compose their capabilities from digital marketplaces of specialized Agentic AI solutions. These aren't just procurement hubs, they are ecosystems where organizations can find and integrate AI agents that make decisions without requiring human approval, fundamentally changing how work gets done. Once a futuristic concept, these marketplaces are a commercial reality. Today, from platforms like Agent.ai and Lizar to enterprise solutions from AWS and Google Cloud, they offer curated agents across finance, healthcare, and marketing. But this opportunity comes with a critical caveat. Without disciplined curation and governance, these marketplaces can flood operations with black box decision makers that undermine trust. The smartest leaders treat them not as app stores, but as curated innovation networks. Action Guide for Executives. So where do you start? Here is a 5-step action guide. Step 1. Set clear AI goals with accountability. Assign P&L owners to be personally accountable for AI-enabled business results, not just implementation schedules. Step 2. Deploy AI agents now in key operations. Move beyond pilots to implement in high-value areas like finance and supply chain with meaningful, measurable impact. Step 3. Reinvent your measurement framework. Create new KPIs that monitor autonomous decision-making outcomes, not just human productivity. Step 4. Build a reciprocal learning culture. Develop skills focused on teaching, monitoring, and providing feedback to AI systems. And 5. Establish granular decision visibility. Implement comprehensive logging and observability tools that provide transparency into every autonomous choice. The defining question for today's C-suite is this: are you running a tactical AI enterprise focused on optimizing the past, or a strategic one rebuilding for an autonomous future? Conclusion: a tale of two enterprises. This brings us to our conclusion, which is really a choice. Which enterprise are you leading? Most organizations remain at the starting line with tactical AI, focused on incremental gains. Meanwhile, the future leaders are already redefining work around autonomous systems, balancing human expertise with AI-driven decision-making. The defining difference is not in deploying sophisticated technology, but in the courage to rebuild the entire operating model to unlock business outcomes we previously thought were impossible. The path forward is clear. The time to choose is now.